Hey everyone, Fritz here. Have you ever jumped in your car, turned on the ignition,
and the car smells so bad and you have no idea why? Well, in today's video, we're gonna actually go over how you can get that new car smell back in your BMW. Let's get into the video. And if you're in California like me, you're probably wondering why your car still smells like smoke and ash, even though that the wildfires have been under containment for a couple weeks now. It doesn't matter what you do. You could air out the car. You could use your favorite air freshener. And in like 5 minutes, the car still smells like smoke and ash again. The reason why is because your cabin air filter, which filters out the outside air coming into the car, has collected so much smoke and ash is still sitting in the cabin air filter. So if we want to get rid of that smoky, ashy smell, we have to replace the cabin air filter. Now the cool thing is that this install only takes about 5 minutes and you can really get whatever scent that you want. I prefer a new car smell. For you, it could be different. And when we're all done after those 5 minutes, you're gonna be breathing in fresh, clean air. And if you didn't notice, the merch is in. And I thank Ron over at Soups Creative for making the merch. So if you're interested in picking up any of the VroomTuber apparel, the link is gonna be down in the description. And in case you're wondering, VroomTuber is gonna be a new concept that I'm working on. It's gonna be a new YouTube channel where we get new as well as experienced BMW enthusiasts to help each other out on their future as well as their current builds. So if you wanna become part of the VroomTuber community, pick yourself up a shirt and hopefully I'll see you wearing it out once the shelter in place in California is over. But until then, let's get this cabin air filter replaced. Entering in from the passenger side door, we have to remove two 10mm nuts, one right there, and the other right there. And then once we remove this panel out of place, we have access to the two T20 Torx screws that hold in the cabin filter.
don't forget to disconnect the light. And here you can see our two T20 Torx screws that we need to remove.
And now with the screws out, we just have to lift up on a couple of tabs that hold in the cabin filter. And be careful because it's probably gonna come out with a lot of gunk, as you can see here. Ooh, let's get this out of here.
Taking a look at our new cabin air filter, you can see that it has 4 layers. One is the actual filter itself. The second and third layer is a combination of activated charcoal and baking soda. And the last layer is an antimicrobial layer. This is something that you want to definitely look for when choosing a cabin air filter, because a reusable one won't be able to give you the benefits of a second, third, or fourth layer. So this is something that we want to dispose of every single time that we're changing it out. And the link for this exact cabin air filter will be in the description.
So here we have both filters. This is the new one and this is the old one. You can see that there is a clear difference in color between the two because this one's obviously dirty and this one's brand new. Taking a look at the old one first, we can see all of the stuff that's actually in there. There you can see a lot of dirt deposits there, which means this filter is doing its job. If you flip it onto the other side, you can actually see what the color used to be when the filter was brand new. You can still see that the directional arrows are still on this filter as well because this is OEM and that print should be at the bottom. So we do have this curvature with the arrows to the bottom, so that should give us an indication in which way to put our filter in later. And so this is something that we can easily duplicate by having the arrows at the bottom and making sure that the airflow goes in that same direction. So airflow that way, and then flip it to the bottom. And now let's place in our new filter. And if it's easier for you guys, the blue side here will face the engine bay and the gray side will be facing the passenger side door. Now before you place in the cabin filter all the way, I think this is a good position for us to spray it with some air freshener because all of the outside air is going to pass through this filter, so might as well have it smell fresh. Now go ahead and pop it in. Make sure that the locking tabs line up before pushing it into place.
Now go ahead and reattach the light, and to make sure that the footwell panel stays in place, you want to make sure that this side tab here goes underneath the trim for the center console, and the hook at the top of the footwell panel will attach to its attachment point at the top of the footwell right over here. Then once you've done that, you can push in the 3 front tabs and screw back on the 2 10mm nuts.
And just like that, you're all done installing your new cabin air filter. And if you know anybody in California who had to deal with all that wildfire smoke and ash, please share this video with them and help them get rid of that nasty cabin air filter and get a new one. And as far as the timetable in which you want to change your cabin air filter, you want to do this every 1 to 2 years because this is a high use item and we're breathing in the air that's passing through this filter. And in addition to that, the activated carbon as well as the baking soda, they do have a shelf life. So once they interact with enough particles or dirt debris, they are rendered ineffective and won't work anymore, meaning that all that you have left is the physical filtering properties of the filter itself, which won't capture all of the dirt and debris. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Remember that the link to the merch is down in the description. Thank you again, Ron, for making these awesome t-shirts. Leave any questions that you have for me in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video.